Hey everybody, give me a few minutes here to set everything up. I'm having a day, so this is going to be an interesting, very interesting live. I am very tired. I'm very out of it. I have no motivation. I honestly didn't really even want to come live, so it's one of those days. So we'll see how this goes. I have zero plans. I don't even know where I'm at in my journal. Let me just open this. This is pretty. Why can't I open this sooner? Let me pull up my iPad. And then from there, we'll see where it goes. Okay, let me tag people. Hi everybody. Oh, yeah, oh, good thing I had my, realized I had my like address sticking out there, but I think I had my hand covering most of it, so that's good. Okay. Tonight, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. I know I need to do my next week in my planner, so we'll definitely do that. From there, I literally have no idea. I don't know where I'm at my reading planner. I haven't updated it with my books read. I got it all stenciled, or I got a couple weeks stenciled last live. So I guess I could also get my monthly stenciled too, so that was good. I guess I might do this too. So that's our plan, is to do, still haven't done my cover page. Maybe by the end of February I will. I do need to I got tickets to Ed Sheeran today and I'm really excited. I've been holding out because like, I don't know who I want to go with. My boyfriend is very like, he only listens to classical music. He'll go with me. Like, he's my last resort. Hey, Amy. But I'm also kind of like, I don't know, do I have any friends that want to go? So I haven't bought a ticket yet. But then I lost out on Noah Khan tickets today. And I was like, okay, that sucks. And like, literally, as I like left the the ticket sales for that, I got an email from Ed Sheeran that was like, oh, for Valentine's Day, buy one, get one free tickets. And I was like, okay, say less. Clicked on over. And they were like, the tickets were half price. So like, there were like certain tickets. And like the ones that I found that were not that same ticket, like, cause there's like a package, it's called whatever. I don't even know. It's some kind of Valentine's name. Were like double the price of the other ones. So I basically got an extra ticket. So that's exciting. Because I didn't mind spending a bunch of money on a ticket, but then I was like, wait, I had to spend double that. Anyway, without knowing who's going, obviously. What's up, Amy? How are you doing? Oh, that's funky. It was a good deal. I mean, I love Ed Sheeran, so like, I was going anyway. Last time I went, I ended up sitting in a suite, and at Ford Field, the suites, which is Detroit's football field where Ed Sheeran plays in Detroit, it's, I'm so, honestly, part of me didn't want to come live tonight because, like, I'm so close, and I know, like, it's, like, it's usually, like, 10 o'clock when I get done with this, so, like, I'm not doing that tonight. So, I really kind of didn't want to come live because I wanted to finish orders, to be honest. But I didn't, so hopefully tomorrow night is when I'll finish orders. We'll see though. I can't promise because life. I want to be done before this weekend though, so my goal is to be done with that before this weekend, and that way I can have this, well, Sunday is a wash because I have my planner meetup that I'm going to for a little bit, and then my boyfriend has an orchestra concert I have to go to, so and we're going out Friday night for Valentine's Day. So I only really have Saturday, and I really would love to like actually start getting my office back in order, because it is a disaster zone, and that's me saying that, and like my not disaster zone bar is really low. So like it being a disaster zone is like it. Let me see if I can turn my Wi-Fi off, and then I want to see if I can get the router thing set up so that it's not doesn't do this like slow connection thing. Anyway, I'm glad you're almost done. That's so exciting. Definitely takes a 10-minute day. I need to update this. I don't think there's anything new on my bingo board. Because usually spend a whole day doing a huge office reset between batches, but jumped right into the second batch of PBC. Yeah, right. But my problem is it's not just like PBC disaster. It's like ADHD's doom pile disaster, because like, I don't know. I would just really like it to at least be functional again while I like work on like long-term organization. Like I have paths you have to walk. It's bad. It's very bad. And I know it is, and I know it could be awesome and be amazing for me and like fuel my creativity, but I don't know where to start in the organization. I'm awful with it. Anyway, let's get back to this. So I need to update this. I don't think there's anything new here, but I do have concert tickets now, because I was worried when I didn't get Harry Styles tickets and I didn't get Noah Kahan tickets, but now I have concert tickets. So at least I get to do that, and I'll be spending all day reading, not next weekend, but the weekend after. My friends and I are going on like a little mini girls weekend for the purpose of like hanging out and reading. So I'll get to cross both of those off, and technically it'll also be a road trip, but I think I'll save that till April. Yeah, I don't think we did try a new recipe, my mom and I, but I'll leave that off. I do also have to update this. Really? So maybe I can convince her to come over. Carla, I'm glad you're in Michigan now. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited. Let's see. I do have my fun little Olympic spread. I'm not gonna update any of the medals until like it's over, because I don't want to like keep erasing and stuff. I was thinking about doing something with this, like when the U.S. wins a medal or something. I need to talk to her then. I need to get her to... I do need to update this too. So there's a lot of little things I need to update in my planner. I'm going to a planner meetup on Sunday. Yeah. I don't even have room in the middle of my office to do that though. Like, I feel like I need to clean it before I get her to come over and help. Like, I need to deep clean it and then be like, hey Carla, I need your help. Come organize with me before like, but like make it not be so bad first. I need to do that so bad. Anyway, I'm trying to look over my like, I definitely don't think we'll be doing Disney this year, but it was a hope. Mexico probably not either, because I don't know if we're gonna do a cruise now, so bummer. I still have my couple. I do have some things on here I need to update too. Anyway, okay, so we did this a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen it yet, and you probably haven't because I haven't really made a big deal out of it, I do have a blog post on my website now that breaks down all the stencils I used in this whole spread. Cleaned it mostly, and then she helped me reorganize. Her rule was if I hadn't touched it in 6 months. Now, the problem is like a lot of stuff I haven't touched in 6 months because I can't get to it. So like, I feel like that's a different story. I also feel like there's a lot of stuff that's like for certain crafts that like I'm in and out of, like I'll go back to in like a year. So maybe I can have like a little like area for that. Why no cruise? Because at the moment, we might do it later in the year, but there's like certain dates, because my brother is off the week before Easter and my nephew is off the week before Easter. I'm not, but I turned 40. And like there's this whole thing with my family and not being here for my birthday, and now especially that my dad's dead. I have issues with that. But my mom actually this year is like, oh no, like we want to be with you for your birthday. And I'm like, oh, why this year? Like, but she can't get into her condo until April 1st, which is like a Wednesday. So we had talked about doing like a short cruise, but all of the cruises that are like, none of the cruises meet like the days that we need. There was one that went to Mexico, which was why I put that in my thing. And not that I don't want to go back to Mexico, but like I also kind of just wanted to go somewhere I hadn't been for my 40th. Like, so it was kind of like I was hoping to go to like either Bahamas or like somewhere in the Caribbean. And not that like I've been to like that part of Mexico either. So again, like it's not like that big a deal, but like the dates weren't perfect either. And my brother works in a high school, my mom worked in a high school, and they were kind of like, I don't want to run into like a bunch of teenagers in Cancun. And I was like, yeah, exactly. And then they were talking about going to Disney for the week, or for like a few days until we could get into her condo. And like, not that I don't love Disney, I do, but like that's pre-spring break week, and I don't want to go down there for pre-spring break week. Not to take like a full week off of work, because I don't have a lot of time off work anyway. I still might try to come down like the day before or the day of my birthday and spend like Easter weekend down there. But it's like a whole thing. I have to figure out when I would fly, into fly, where I would fly, if people can pick me up, all that kind of bull crap. So I haven't decided. I'm looking for flights, but Easter flying to Florida is super expensive, which sucks. So we talked about maybe doing it. Oh, I mean, like, I've always gone there for spring break, like, but we go to New Smyrna, which is where my mom has a condo. Exactly. I was like, my mom's like, we could just go to Disney. We could get a hotel off of, like, not on property, and just maybe go to Disney one day. And I'm like, you don't want to go to Orlando for spring break, Mom? And she was like, well, why? And I'm like, why are you going to spend all that money when you have a condo on the ocean and you're going to, like, go to a hotel? Like, we might as well be in BFE for that. Like, why would you spend that kind of money? Because it's your birthday. And I'm like, I don't want to go somewhere for my birthday that like I can go for $40 on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I want to go somewhere special. So we haven't decided. I told her let's do something later in the year. So maybe a cruise later in the year, maybe not. I do need to go to Universal for sure, but I don't want to do that during spring break either. Like, I want to like take a long weekend and fly down in like, I don't know, not the summer for sure, this fall at some point. Are there any good planner conferences in Florida anymore that are like in the winter and or fall? Anyway, okay, let me get back to, so I haven't really planned in this week yet. I've been like singularly focused on PBC and work. So I have next week, which is the Olympic week, and then I have one more week that's like the transition into March. I do still kind of want to make that like Valentine's-ish. Yeah, you avoid the parks the whole time for sure. Like, when I say I've been to Florida, like Florida is my second home. We've gone to New Smyrna. I think I've been to Florida once a year, every year, other than 2020. And the only reason I don't go in 2020 was because, like, I was heating travel stuff, even though the rest of my family wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, I was still working though, so it was also that. Like, when I was little, would go in August and in, like, over Easter. My whole family usually goes down for Easter. So, but we stay at our condos. So, like, we don't go to to Disney or anything. The most I'll do is like when I had more time off and I would spend like a week or two there, I would like take somebody to the airport and like run to Disney Springs just to get like a little Disney kick. And that was it. Because like, you know, if I wasn't going to Disney, I wanted like a little bit, you know, go buy a souvenir or something. So, I'm trying to figure out what I want to make. I already used the square boxes and those are so good. All right. I think I'm gonna do the love letter one because that's fun. This is my one problem with like stencils is sometimes I like can't decide what I want to do. So sometimes I'll put like stencils over each other to see how they layer too. I'm gonna grab my old planners because I feel like I just need like inspiration. When's the best time do you think for Universal? Yeah, that's the other problem. Oh, I do love a good rose moment. What was this? This was last year. Right now, yeah. Well, my cousin's getting married in Gainesville, like distant cousin, next weekend. But I'm not going because the flights were crazy. Like so bad. I do love this one. This is kind of my like my backup. November after Halloween, but before Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's what I figured. I know that's kind of the Disney, other than like January, February. Disney timing too, so I do like this one. Ooh, that one's fun too. I feel like it's either gonna be the lips or the other thing is I'm trying to get my family to go to Pittsburgh for 4th of July, so I feel like spur of the moment trips like that might be hard. Because of 4 nights, yeah, I figured. I could just do this one. This one's a good one. I do like that one. Ooh, I like this one. I kind of want to do this one. Or like a play on it at least, not necessarily that specific one. I could use one of my newer heart ones. I also haven't used the heart lattice this year, which is one of my favorites to use. The ombre is pretty. I love that. I could use this one. That one would look kind of cool. Okay. Hey, how are you? Hey Alyssa, how's it going? I'm like having this moment where I'm trying to decide what to do for my layout this year. Not this year, this like not the last like Valentine's-y layout. So I was going through some of my old ones. I'm just not feeling inspired right now. Like, I was very much like, I should just cancel this live. And I probably should have, because, like, this is when I'm like this, I'm like, ugh. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's going not very well. For me, at least. Could also do bows. That'd be cute. Alright, I think I am gonna do the ombre-ish look. And I think we're gonna use this one. Just use one of our new stencils. Alright, let me grab. We'll do red, and we'll do 2 different colors, pink. And I think we'll do, if I can find it, we'll do spun sugar. Do candy, we'll do Festive Berries, spun sugar. And maybe we'll do 4 colors. One lipstick, and then I feel like I need like a bright pink. And then of course the black. That is not black. Where is my black? There we go. I'm gonna look at my inspiration again. I always get nervous when I do these kinds of spreads because I'm like, what if it doesn't look good? Oh, I know, but I always like have that moment of I'm like, this is gonna look terrible and I'm gonna regret this. And I always say when you get to that, you just gotta keep going. But like in my head, I'm like, oh, this could be bad, guys. It's gonna look good though, so I know it. Manifest it. This ink pad's really dry. I need to put some more ink in it. One that I don't use very often too, so I also feel like I need a humidifier for my office. My office is super dry. It was so nice here today though. It was like 40 something. It was glorious. So it's supposed to be cold again tomorrow, but not as cold as it has been, so I'm working hard. I mean, I have all your stuff is done. I just have like 6 orders in a pile that I just have to like package up. I'd like to think I'm gonna do it today, but it's honestly probably gonna be tomorrow. And I have to find a little box for yours because of Tim told me it was 40 in Wisconsin too. Yeah, it's supposed to be warm for sure. So your stuff it's ready to go. But I'm just, in my head, I'm going to have everything done before I send it, but it's not true. I mean, I'm going to send everything tomorrow. But I also hope to have everything done by tomorrow too, so. Oh, I'm not rushing. I just have, like, literally have a pile of, probably at this point, like 10 orders. I am hoping, if the universe plays nice, to have everybody's orders done tomorrow, which means hopefully sent out Thursday. We'll see though. Doesn't always happen that way, so I'm not making any promises. I'm gonna go with one lipstick. I would like to have them done just so that, like, number one, I always, like, maybe this is a me thing, I don't know if you have this too, but I always feel bad, like, releasing anything, designing anything, like, doing anything else for my shop when I'm in the middle of, like, orders. I feel like if I have your order open, like, I shouldn't be doing other stuff. I shouldn't be doing, like, social media or this or that. Like, I feel bad. So, like, that's one of the reasons I haven't sent out about, like, that blog post I wrote with, like, all the stuff for the February thing. Like, my goals be done Thursday night to go out Friday night since I'm going to Universal Friday, but we shall see. Yeah, my boyfriend and I are going out to dinner on Friday night for, I think it's for Valentine's Day. I mean, I would assume so, but he was just kind of like, I made reservations for Friday night. I'm not telling you where. I'm like, you motherfucker. I don't like that. I hate surprise. I mean, I love surprises. Like, I'm excited, but I hate it. Like, I hate not knowing. I love surprises, but I hate not knowing. Like, I hate when somebody has a secret for me, from me. Like, oh, I want to know so bad. But yeah, so I always feel bad. So, like, I want to get my office, like, semi under order. I want to get some spring stuff out. I want to send out about that blog post because I want to make one for March when I'm done with March, like, which I think maybe I'll do next week, my March layout. So, like, I feel like I need to get it done tomorrow. Plus, like, we're going out Friday night. Sunday's kind of a wash because of, I have a planner meetup, and then, like I said, my boyfriend has a, orchestra concert. So, like, only have Saturday to do that. It was surprises because my face shows everything. Dude, same. So, for our first Christmas, my boyfriend, like, hyped up this gift that he got me. And, like, again, I like surprises, but also, like, I hate not knowing. And, like, my brain constantly is, like, thinking through everything. And, like, he kept, like, dropping these little hints of, like, oh, I'm not gonna wrap your gift. And I'm like, why wouldn't you wrap my gift? Like, that's stupid. He's like, well, it's in kind of, like, an iconic bag. And I'm like, okay, so now you've narrowed it down to, like, 2, maybe 3, like, places. And I knew that he always, like, would say, like, oh, my dad's go-to is Tiffany's, and it's my go-to, too. And I'm like, well, first of all, why do you have a go-to? Second of all, like, that's dumb. Third of all, like, why would you tell me that before you'd ever gotten anything from there? Like, you're just a moron. And then he, like, said something of, like, oh, I'm replacing something you already have. And I'm like, well, I don't know what that means. So, one of our SGSs, my bestie and I, that, like, we went to all the, Taylor Swift concerts together. The last, I think it was, maybe, no, it wasn't the last SGS because she wasn't there, but, I think it was the last SGS you went to, Amy. We did, like, we always give each other gifts when we go places. She got me, like, a bunch of little things that had, like, Taylor, like, lyric things. And one of the lyrics is, like, I want to wear his initial on a name around my neck, not because he owns me, but because he really knows me. So she just got us both, like, necklaces with our own initials on it. And they were, like, Etsy, like, not super, like, fine quality ones, right? But I would wear it because, like, I mean, that was still during Taylor. Like, that was, like, my Taylor necklace that, like, wasn't, like, a out and out, like, Taylor necklace, whatever, like, blah, blah, blah. So I would wear it all the time, and my boyfriend got the idea that I needed a nicer one, and I was like, but this is for my best friend, like, anyway, so he told me about the bag, and then, like, he kind of, like, we had said what our, like, price range was, and I knew I was going over that, like, because I'm a gift giver, and, like, I'm one of those people that listens to everything you say, And like for instance, his gift for one of his 2 gifts for Valentine's Day is something he mentioned to me like twice, like 6 months ago. Like, and it's not like a go to the store. It's like I had to like search eBay for it because it's like something you can't get anymore. And so, like, I knew we had a price limit because of him. Like, he wanted to know what to spend, right? Like, so I kind of knew the price limit, and I knew it wasn't like an extravagant like Tiffany necklace because, like, I knew we were only spending like $250. And not that like that's not a lot, but like for Tiffany it's really not. So I knew there was only like a handful of things that it could be. We put a ton of thought into it, and like we listen and we pay attention to details and we shop around for stuff. Like, but anyway, like I woke up on like Christmas Eve morning with this like clarity, like, oh my God, I know exactly what he got me. Because I was like, what kind of jewelry would be like replacing? I was like, maybe stud earrings, but like the only studs on Tiffany's were like $1,000. Like, and I know he's not one to like outrageously spend that kind of money, like especially if we have a price limit. Like maybe as a surprise, like, right? Like it's not like his is like checking things off. Mine is like, again, that's why I have this in the thing. Like when I hear something that somebody says that would make a good gift, I put it in here. Anyway, so like I woke up on Christmas Eve morning with this, like, I don't know if I had a dream or what it was. I just like woke up and I was like, oh my God, I know exactly what got me. So like I knew, like I just in my heart knew it was like it was basically like the little like disc with my initial on it, but like a Tiffany's version. And I was so disappointed because not only like, I don't know, I wasn't disappointed. Like I loved it, but it was like the surprise of it, like that it wasn't a surprise anymore. But like also I know that like my analytical brain was like thinking through that. Like it was bad. I felt so bad. I felt bad because I was like, I didn't want to ruin the surprise, but like my brain just does not turn off. So like I'm like poking him for answers. I'm like, how far are we driving? Like what's on the menu? Like why did you think about this? And so it's like, it's so bad. Like my brain just does not like shut off. And like, and unfortunately, like the ADHD, I draw these parallels. Because, like, the day before Christmas, when he was like, oh, I'm not going to wrap it. And I was like, you have to wrap my gift. Like, you know that this is a thing that I have. Like, I want my gifts wrapped. Like, like I'm going to wrap all of your gifts, and I got you a ton. Like, you can wrap one gift for me. He ended up having my aunt wrap it for me, which was fine. Like, but, like, it was just this whole thing, right? So it was just very, like, oh, my God, I don't know what to do. So when he was like, oh, I'm making reservations at this time, I'm like, okay, but like, what do I wear? He's like, I don't know, something nice. I'm like, something nice does not qualify. Like, you need to tell me where we're going so I know what to wear. He's like, well, I mean, like, I'm just gonna wear like sweater and pants. Like, and I'm like, but that's what you wear everywhere. Like, you have like 3 sweaters and you just rotate them through everything. Like, I'm like, you don't understand that like women like to be dressed to the occasion and not like, it was rough. So I don't know where we're going, but we have reservations on Friday night. I'm excited, but I'm also like nervous. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, is a sweater dress? I feel like most restaurants, especially around Detroit, like there's nothing super, super fancy. Like I feel like a sweater dress would be appropriate for the majority of places. And I really hope it is, because that's what I'm planning on wearing. This year he wrapped it. I was so proud of him. I made him go upstairs when my aunt and my cousins were wrapping a bunch of gifts. I was like, go upstairs and have them show you how to wrap. I was like, can you please just do this? Like, I'm never going to change. I'm going to always want my gifts wrapped. Like, I don't want you to just be like, here's a box that has this in it. Like, I want my gifts wrapped. Like, I want it to be special. So he did. Like, I feel like sweater dress and like cute boots, right? Like, it's winter in the Midwest. Like, I'm not in New York or LA. Like, but he didn't know what a sweater dress was, even though I wear sweater dresses all the time. And so he's like, I don't know, what's a sweater dress? I'm like, a sweater that's like the length of a dress. And he's like, but like, what does that look like? I'm like, it looks like a sweater dress. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Tell me where we're going so I know if that's okay. So, I hope so. I'm nervous about it. I'm just nervous it's not gonna look good, okay? Like, not that it's not gonna look good. I'm nervous that it's not gonna be dressy enough. We'll see, though. But I feel like it's February, right? Like, it's dinner. No? Okay, are we still here? I hope we're still here. Alright. I'm like, men have it so easy. Like, men have it so easy. They can wear the same golf pants for like in a sweater for like 99% of the situations, and they're fine. I'm like, it's so not fair. Like, I would love to wear golf pants that are like comfortable as pajama pants and a freaking sweater. No, I've got to wear a dress, and I'm gonna wear like tight leggings, because one, I don't want to shave, and two, I mean, I'll shave probably, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, it's cold, right? Like, so, yeah, that's my adventure for the moment. I don't know if I'm going to be dressy enough, and I'm scared I'm not going to be. But, like, I also feel like I just don't know many places that, like, a nice sweater dress and, like, boots wouldn't be okay. Like, I might feel a little underdressed, but, like, I feel like I won't be, like, it's not gonna be black tie, right? Like, it's a restaurant. I feel like those kind of places are few and far between that wouldn't, out of our tax bracket for sure. Even though I know whatever this place is supposed to be expensive, but like, what kind of expensive is that, you know? Okay, I will. I feel like that's fine. Like, yeah, but then, I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to do that, I might as well just wear the nicer dress. I do have a long sleeve green dress I guess I could wear. But I bought the boots to match I have a maroon sweater dress that I was planning on wearing. I don't know. I just feel like a sweater dress feels cozy. Maybe I'll send you pictures tomorrow. You can just help me decide. Yeah, but like, I'm also the one that like wants some dress. I'm not changing. I do have a cute, maybe I will wear the green dress. I feel like it will be too, but I'm just like overthinking things, I think. Again, this is another reason I'm not good with surprises, because like I need to know. I need information. Like, I need information to prepare myself. And also, like, when I go to restaurants that I've never been to, I usually look at the menu beforehand. And now I'm feeling very, like, I'm gonna not be prepared for what I want to eat. You know what I mean? Like, I usually prepare myself. Maybe he'll tell me on the way there. And then I can freak out that I'm not dressed out. But I also don't know anywhere that, like, I'd be like, oh, that's not, I need to dress better. I feel like it'll be fine. Oh. There's such dilemmas. This is why the last couple of years we haven't done anything like super special for Valentine's Day. Well, yeah, and that was my other thing. I'm like, what if they have something, like, what if they don't have anything I like? And he's like, I think you'll like it. And I'm like, yeah, but you eat everything. What if I don't like anything on the menu? And he's like, oh, I looked it over. I think they have stuff. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I need to prepare myself. Am I eating Mexican? Am I eating Mexican? Am I eating Italian? Am I eating seafood? Am I eating steak? Do I have to prepare myself to eat a steak? Like, because I'm not like a huge steak person. Like, I can't prepare. And the decision too, but I need more time. So I'm very apprehensive about this weekend. Well, Friday specifically. He's like, well, they have oysters. I know you like oysters. I was like, yes, but I don't eat a full dinner of oysters. Like, I need to know. I'm having an issue with this, obviously. And, like, I'm not a super picky eater, so I don't feel like there's not going to be anything on the menu that I don't eat. You know what I mean? Like, but, like, I'm not picky, but also I'm like, if we're going to spend that much money on a dinner, I don't want it to be something, like, I'm settling for. You know what I mean? Like, so this is my current dilemma. Like, I just don't want it to be like, oh, yeah, I ate it. Like, it was fine, and it wasn't, like, stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, Cynthia. How are you doing? So I'm struggling, is basically the long and the short of it. With what to wear, with what to eat. Like, I don't like surprises. I mean, I do. Like, I do. But I'm... Like, I struggle with the not knowing. Because, like, I hate secrets being kept from me. And not, like, secrets being kept from me, like, oh, he's cheating or something. Like, I don't like when other people are like, oh, I know something you don't know. That drives me freaking nuts. And then, like, the intangibles, like what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna wear? And he's not a fashion guy, so it's not like he's gonna be like, oh, well, wear like a nice dress and heel. You know what I mean? Like, hi, Katie. I like surprises. Like, I like the thought. I like that he wants to surprise me. I like that he wants to do something special, right? Like, I like that. But in practice, or in theory, I like surprises. Like, I like the thought. Thank you. Good job. I do not like it in practice. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Don't do this to me. Don't. Like, this is so triggering to me. And I also, like, it's also, like, exasperated? Is that the right word? It's made worse by the fact that, like I said, like, he doesn't have the, like, yes, give me some parameters. Be like, it's a seafood restaurant. Here's a place that's similar. You know what I mean? I love the, like, thought behind a surprise. I love that, like, I love the thought behind the surprise. Like, I think so because, like, honestly, what happened is a couple weeks ago, we kind of had a little tiff a couple days, like, in a row. We were kind of just, like, okay. Part of it is that he's, like, it's not a, like, he's not an I don't do politics kind of thing. It's I think the government, it doesn't matter who I vote for. I think the government is all corrupt and it doesn't matter. So I don't vote kind of thing. And, like, you know, with everything going on, I was like, I mean, you're basically put to blame too. Like, I was like, you are also to blame. And he's like, I don't like any of them. Like, I don't, like, you're not changing my mind. I was like, that's fine. But, like, I also can be mad about it. So we had, like, a couple days of that. Like, and he's like, well, you're blaming me for voting. And I was like, he's like, I didn't vote for either of them. And I was like, okay, but the fact that you didn't vote is part of the problem. Like, anyway, just essentially, like, see, I'm also really surprised, but it's also, like, yeah, it is frustrating. And it's, like, a very, like, hi, Cindy. I do. I've been, I mean, a little bit. It's just like a very like, and I kept being like, you're a privileged white man. Like, of course you don't think it matters. Like, and he's like this. And I was like, well, I mean, like, he said something. I was like, well, you know, if we ever got married, like, I'm not taking your last name because I'm not dealing with all the bullshit that they want to do with, like, voting. Like, and he's like, well, I mean, like, what does that mean? I was like, socially, sure. But I am not taking your last name because I'm not changing my passport and my birth certificate and all that. And he's like, well, that's, and I was like, you don't even have a passport. Like, you don't know how hard it is to do that. Like, it was just this whole argument. So we had like a couple days of this. Like, again, like, it's not the like, he's like, you know, politics don't affect it, whatever. It's like, I don't think the government does shit anyway, and it doesn't matter who I vote for. So, like, I can respect that stance, but also, like, it's a lot easier to have that stance when things are normal. And I was trying to get that across. Like, yeah, see, like, and I don't want to be put in that position where I have to. I was like, I will socially, like, you can have people call me that. I will write that on my Facebook, but I'm not changing my birth certificate. I mean, not, obviously you don't change your birth certificate, but I'm not changing my driver's license. I'm not changing my legal name. I was like, I'll go by it socially. I don't care. But I'm not changing it. Like, I'm not getting stuck in that. And I'm like, we're not, like, engaged. We have no, like, no, that I know of. Like, it's not, like, a thing. I was just like, you know that's not, like, I'm not going to, right? And he was like, well, why wouldn't you? And I'm like, because I'm not putting myself in that position. And that's what I said. I was like, if it's so bad, why wouldn't you have just voted against Trump? And he's like, because I didn't believe in the other one either. He's like, I voted third. He's like, if I would have voted, I would have voted third party. And I was like, but that's part of the problem. Like, I just, you know, I was like, that's such a white man take. I'm sorry, it is. And, you know, whatever. Anyway, so we had like 2 days of this. And then, we, you know, and it devolved into other things. Have your last name. See, that's my thing. Like, I was like, I don't care, like, socially. Like, if people want to write letters to me and go by that. Again, like, we're not married. We have no... But, like, this is just, like, a hypothetical. Like, if we were to, I'm not. I was like, I would go by it socially. Like, people can call me that. I don't care. I said, I can make an email with that for all I care. Like, I can put it in my signature at work, but I'm not changing it legally. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to happen. Not in these times. And so... we had spits. We had like a little tiff about it because he thought I was being whatever. And I thought, you know, I called him a privileged white man like several times. And he's like, well, you're white too. And I was like, yeah, but I'm a woman. Right, exactly. I mean, I was like, right now being a man is a lot. And you're a white man. Like, you're a white boy, dude. So it was like very much of like, and then he's always like, well, who's the racist? Who's the racist? You're saying that, who's the racist? I'm like, dude, don't even start this. Don't even go down that line, bro. So then I think he got, like, he felt bad because I was, like, mad at him because I had the right to be. So then, like, while I was at my nephew's basketball game, he texted me and he was like, oh, what are you doing? This, that. And that's what I said to him. Like, if everybody like you had voted and like saying, like, because he was like, oh, I didn't vote for Trump. Like, I know that you're big. Like, I didn't vote for Trump. I was like, I know you didn't, but you didn't vote against him either. You didn't stop this, right? Like, and he's like, well, you're saying like I voted for him. I was like, you didn't vote against it. So it was this whole like, it was this whole tiff, right? Like, it was this whole, like, he's like, well, you're emotional. And I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me. I was like, you only think I'm more emotional because you don't count anger as an emotion. Not that he's, like, an angry person. He goes to therapy. He's very good. Like, I'm not saying that. But, like, it was just this whole thing, right? Like, you know. Anyway, like, the point of that is I was at my nephew's basketball game not long after that. And he, like, texts me. He's like, what are you doing this Friday? Are you doing anything? The 13th. This was a couple weeks ago. I'm going to make reservations. And I was like, to where? And he's like, it's a surprise. And I was like, oh, fuck. Don't do that. And he's like, oh no, I like this now. Like, so now it's like, he gets to like have like and I hate it. Hate it. So I don't know where and again, like, part of the problem is that he is very, like, he has 5 shirts and 3 pairs of pants. Like, he wears the same thing everywhere. Like, he's very regimented. He doesn't have a lot of, like, wardrobe options. Like, and so it's very hard for me to be like, I need to know what to wear. And he's like, just look nice. And I'm like, what does just look nice mean? You always say I look nice in yoga pants. He's like, well, then not like that. And I was like, I know not like that. And that's why I need to know. Like, especially with all the vile shit. I know exactly. And that's my thing. Like, I was like, you just need to, like, I was like, normal times, precedented times, I don't care. I said, there are Republicans in the past that I would have voted for certain reasons. I didn't, but, like, I would have been okay voting for McCain. Like, not against Obama, but, like, I would have been okay with that. I'd been okay with dating somebody that did. Like, not my favorite, but, like, I can give you that, right? Like, anyway. Oh, people are all having these same conversations. Dude. Every accusation is a confession, Katie. I say this all the time. Every accusation is a confession. Oh, Biden's got dementia. Wonder how you would know. Anyway. So I think it's a Valentine's Day thing, because why would you make it on February 13th? Like, we typically don't go out on Valentine's Day. Like, it's too much. It's too crowded, especially it being a Saturday. Like, that's not my jam. We usually will go out, or we'll go to, like, really low key at, like, 5 o'clock. Like, our first Valentine's Day, I was like, let's just go to this, like, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was like, let's just go to this, like, Italian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, oh yeah. Like, this, like, low-key Italian place by my house, like, and that was fine. And then last year, we actually went out a couple days later to, like, an oyster bar. So, like, when he was like, oh, I made reservations, I'm assuming it's all that, like, whole tangent was basically, I think it's a Valentine's thing, but it's not been specifically said. Yeah, no, I don't like going on. Yeah, upstanding, right? Like, I would be fine. Again, like, I'm not like, oh, I'd never date a Republican. I'd never date a current Republican. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, I could be friends with people that are like, you know what, I really like McCain, blah, blah, blah. Like, I thought Obama was better. Or, like, you know, I like Obama, but McCain has this, and this in common with me. That's fair. I like McCain's tax plan. I like this. Like, fair. But when you start telling me that, like, and, like, the Super Bowl, oh, with my family, that was so bad, you guys. The halftime show was so good. But, oh, my family was so nice. And then, like, my boyfriend wouldn't let me be really funny. Yeah, no, like, I do and I don't. Like, I've never dated anybody that it has been a thing with. Like, and when we started dating, we just went out, like I said, to this little Italian restaurant, our first one, and it was no big deal. It's not like a big deal to us. So, like, that's why I'm like, kind of like, why are you taking this fancy restaurant? However, I will say, his first year we were together, I took him to somewhere really nice on his birthday, and, like, I had already had my birthday, and it was just the two of us, and I was like, let's just go to this hibachi place. Like, I have a coupon for a free meal on my birthday. Like, but, like, his birthday, I took him to, like, a really nice steakhouse in Ohio. And then he had something really big happen in September, so then I took him to that same steakhouse again. And, like, so it's been, like, a couple years and we take him to really nice restaurants for, like, his occasions. So I'm hoping maybe that's why he wants to take me somewhere nice for Valentine's Day. I don't know. Either way, like, I don't know if this is a like, oh, let's do something nice because I'm a privileged white man, or it's like a Valentine's Day. I don't know. I started looking up the songs. Like too late. I wish I would have looked them up sooner so I would have known more of them, but like Debutera Armas Photos. Sorry for the gringa pronunciation. I know I can do it better, but that song, every time I look, like every time I even think about it now, it makes me sob because like, oh my gosh. And then there's so many that like in fact, like when I first got on this live, I was like having trouble thinking of things to say because like one of the songs, I can't think of it now. I had something stuck in my head, like one of the, oh, so good. Like I had like casually like heard some of Bad Bunny's songs before, but now I'm like, so good. And it's funny because like it's like I don't know Spanish. Like I know a very small amount. Like I took some in college, I took some in middle school or whatever, and like I'm like one of those people that just likes to know like things. So like I have been trying to learn Italian. I learned enough that I could function in Italy, like but like Italian and Spanish are so similar that like it bleeds over. You can kind of understand it. So like some of the problem is that the Puerto Rican dialect is very, and then also like him singing and like very fast and stuff. It's hard to know everything, but I recognize some of it. I actually recognize almost all the songs, but so good. But like the story of it, oh. And again, like if you had any context, the storytelling of it was so good. I was just so impressed with it. But my family was so bad. And my one cousin's like, you know Spanish? I'm like, dude, I know how to say hi, how are you, and count to 10. Like, do you really think I know this? And she was like, well, what is she singing? And I was like, oh, well, this song's about this and that. And she was like, I thought you didn't know Spanish. I'm like, no, I looked it up beforehand. I'm like, come on. She recognized a lot more songs. I didn't recognize more than I thought I would because I did the Apple playlist, the like prepare for Super Bowl, so it like gave like his top like 15 biggest hits. So I think there was only one or two that I didn't like at least had heard like once. Oh no, that's not what I want to put. Shoot, to do. But it was so good, like the whole thing. And then Gaga, it's funny because like my brother's sound in his basement was so bad. I was like, is she singing in Spanish or is she singing in English? And my one cousin was like, oh, she's singing in English. I was like, I don't, like, it didn't sound like it. And she's like, no, she is. And I'm like, well, even if she's not, like, oh, you don't care that she's not singing in English. She's like, she's singing in English. I'm like, okay, well, there's your English. Like, okay, so there is a layout. Like, we had this whole thing, and they were like, let's turn it to that. I'm like, if you guys turn to this, like, I'm leaving. Screw that. All right, let's see. DTMF, Debutera Armas Photos. If you've lost anything important to you, do not look up the lyrics. It's so good. But I cannot think about that song without crying. It's so good, but it's so sad. I mean, it's not sad. Like, it is like a good message. But it's basically like, I should have taken more photos when you were with me. I should have given you more hugs and kisses. Like, I hope nobody else moves away. Like, oh my God. It wasn't that the sound was not, it was the quality of the sound, right? Like, whatever microphone she was using or something, like, it just wasn't picking up well. And I think, like, the instruments and stuff behind her was so, like, loud. No, not, like, saying that's a bad thing. It just wasn't picking up well. Like, I could barely tell if she was, what she was singing in English or Spanish. And so, it was, like, a whole thing. But she sounded good. I mean, she sounded good. It was just like, it took me like till the third watch through to realize if she was speaking Spanish or English. But one of the things we're talking about for this year is going to New York for, it's also my boyfriend's 40th birthday this year. It's in May, but he really wants to go to the 9/11 game. Like, it's the 25th anniversary. And the Yankees are playing Mets at Yankee Stadium, and he's a Yankees fan. So, like, that's what he really wants to do. So, like, we're planning to go to New York, and I've never been. But I'm like, all I know is, like, it's going to be welcome to New York, and Nuevo Yo. This is going to be my whole, like, every story is going to be that. Room by yourself. You still barely understand what she was saying. I know. Well, they were making fun of me because at first I thought it was in Spanish. And they're like, oh, you don't even know what Spanish sounds like. I'm like, do you realize how many different dialects there are in Spanish? And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, no kidding. Thank you. I know you don't. like, thank you for proving my point. It was rough. Because at one point my cousin said something, and she's like, I don't even know, like, it's all in Spanish, and I don't know Spanish. I was like, that didn't change. I was like, girl, I was with you in a club, or a bar, really, dancing to freaking Daddy Yankee. Like, that was also not in English. I was like, my brother, I was like, don't you remember when him and your brother-in-law got kicked out of a bar, and they were doing Gangnam Style dance in the streets? That was not in English. I was like, girl, we did the Macarena. That was not in English. Like, she's like, no, like, I like the beats and stuff. I just don't understand it. And I was like, you don't need to understand it. Yeah, we had there was a lot of like, oh, this is so bad. Oh my God, though. The look on their faces. The look on their faces when he said, God bless America. I was like, oh, this is good. And like, I don't think they connected that, like, then he went through and said all the countries of like the Americas, because they were like, oh, okay. Oh, look, there's American flag. And I'm like, they don't realize those are all country flags with the rest of them. Like, I don't think they got the whole part of the message, which was so funny because they were like, oh, okay. And they're like, but they should be American citizen. I was like, he is an American citizen. They're like, what? No. I was like, Puerto Rico's part of the U.S. Like, and they're like, well, yeah, but like, they're not American citizens. I was like, yes, they are. Like, so then at the beginning of the game, I almost said, and I know this isn't true, but when Charlie Puth, the only thing stronger than like hate is love. Exactly. And I'm like, this is what you didn't want to watch. Like, come on, like. But they didn't get the, like, message of, like, together we're all the Americas. Like, Shakira played. Exactly. Coldplay, who is not an American citizen, or who aren't. Who else? Shania Twain's done it, not an American citizen. Like, didn't Elton John do it one year? Also not an American citizen. I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, so, like, they didn't get the, like, oh, that these are all the Americas. Like, I think they were just like, oh, God bless America. Oh, okay. Long list of non-Americans. I know. So, before all this, knowing what was going to happen at halftime, I almost said when Charlie came out for the national anthem, I was, like, so close to being like, you know, I would have thought they would have gotten American citizens to sing this, but he did a good job. I didn't, but I was, like, so close to doing it, like, just to piss him off. Like, it would have been so funny. I didn't. I was good, unfortunately. But that was the other thing my boyfriend stopped me from doing, and I was like, why? It would have been so funny. Because I know he was an American citizen, but they didn't. And they would have been like, oh, well, you know, we should have gotten an American citizen. And I would have been like, he is. You guys are freaking dumb. This is my point. You wouldn't know. The only reason you think Bad Bunny's not an American citizen is because... No, he is. He's from, like, New Jersey or something. I just wanted to say it to, like, be funny that, like... Because this is what they do. They'll fall for anything. Like, if I were to say that... If, like, well, maybe not me, because they know that I like to stir shit, and I'm an Aries. But, like, if they had heard it from somewhere, they wouldn't have known that it wasn't true. They just would have, like, ridden on the line of, like, oh, yeah, he should have been an American citizen. You know what I mean? The only reason I had heard him was from the Taylor Swift song, to be quite honest. As I know about most of pop culture from Taylor Swift. But yeah, no, I loved the halftime show. I thought it was so good. I was set. He loves the uneducated. 100%. And it was like so... And then there's like my little nephew who is a sponge. He loves learning. His newest thing is being able to say all 50 states from memory, like not even a map or anything. And so like every time he's like, Coco, do you want to do states? And I have like those like, you know, like where I visited type clickable map on my phone that I like go through as he says them. And now he said his new goal. I said, well, what do you want your goal to be? He's like, well, I want to learn all the states. I said, okay, well, you're almost there. Like, he's like, in all the countries. And I was like, okay, maybe let's start a little low there. Like, let's do like 100 countries by the end of the year. And then next year you can learn the rest. And he's like, okay, that's a good idea. I'm like, okay. So he came in, was it last Friday the Olympics started? Like as the opening ceremonies, and I was like telling him like this is a good time to like learn new countries because like they're gonna be walking in and you're gonna see their flag and all that. And he's like, okay. And he said something and he like wanted to do can we do the same thing with the world? Like he'll name the countries he knows. And by the way, he's in first grade. Like this is like way more than like most first graders would ever pick up to do. You know what I mean? So he's like he's a little knowledge sponge. He's like me. He's like me in all the best and the worst ways. And so like we did them all and I think he knew like 50 something. And I'm like, buddy, that is so good. And he's like, that's not that good. Like, I'm not even the smartest one in my class. This, that. I'm like, dude. I was like, most adults don't know 50 countries, let alone all 50 states. And he's like, well, yeah, like, you know them. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm an anomaly. Like that's outside the norm. Like, most people don't know all the countries in the world, right? Like, and he's like, you're a what? And I like told him an anomaly and then like said something. And he's like, well, what does that mean? He's like, does that mean you're really smart? I was like, no, it just means like I'm not the average person. I said, they can be good or bad. Like, I was like trying to like explain that like it doesn't mean that like it just doesn't mean you're smart or like you're really good, right? Because then he's like, I want to be an anomaly. I'm like, buddy, you already are. Like, you definitely are there. And like he said something and for first grade, yeah, he's up to, I think he did like 70 Super Bowl night because he like keeps wanting to do them and repeat them. I'm like, now you need to like learn them on a map. But he knows them by continent, which is really good. Like he knows, I think all but one of the South American countries. And some I have to prompt him. Like I'll be like, Malinowski, and he'll be like, oh, Poland. Or like when he does states, my sister-in-law had this whole thing where she said Nebraska for the answer to name a 2-word state in a Family Feud game. And so, like, we give her shit for it. So, like, if he forgets Nebraska, I'll be like, your mom. And he'll be like, Nebraska. And I'm like, yep. So, like, you have to prompt him sometimes. But, like, for a first grader, that's, like, still super impressive. And so, like, sometimes I have to, like, prompt him with countries and stuff. But, like, I still feel like that's a really, really good for first grade. Like, and so, like, I said that to him. I was like, yeah, like, you are an anomaly. Like, that's definitely outside of, like, a standard behavior. And he's like, well, like, I don't think I'm the smartest person. I'm like, dude, like, that's crazy. You're so good at this. Like, so, yeah. So then, like, he was doing it after Super Bowl, and my one cousin was leaving, and she's a junior in high school, and she's like, why do you know this? This is so weird. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, this is very good. Yeah, for a first grader, that's so good. And he was like, well, I want to be an anomaly. And she was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I want to be an anomaly. I was like, buddy, like, we need to go over this vocabulary word, okay? Because, like, he's telling everybody he wants to be an anomaly, and I'm like, yeah, but... Has he heard the state song? Yeah, I started singing it the one day and he was like, Coco, no, I don't think I want to know that. And I'm like, but it makes knowing the states easier. He's like, I want to do it my own way. Most of your 8th grade students. Exactly. I was like, and that's what I was trying to tell. Honestly, my one cousin that's in high school doesn't even know what a compound word is. And I'm like, buddy, you are like very smart. I was like, you don't have to be the smartest person. I said, but you just have to love learning and, like, still want to learn. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, just the fact that you love learning and you want to know things. I said, that is so big. He's not a huge reader, but he loves math. I told him, I was like, next time we have a free time, like I can't this weekend, but maybe next weekend when Nana's gone. Like, it's the traveling. Yeah. I think he watches some other video, because when we started doing the countries, he like pulled out Kazakhstan, like from nowhere, and Nauru. And I'm like, how do you know this? He's like, oh, well, it's like this YouTube video I watched. And I was like, okay, but like maybe start with like Italy. Like Kazakhstan, like what? He knows Italy because I talk about it, so like that's not really like that big of a surprise. But it was just so funny because he's like, there's like Kazakhstan, and I'm like, what? Where are you getting this from, dude? But he's so intelligent. So I told him, I was like, next time, like maybe next weekend when my mom's gone. I don't think I ever learned the state song, but like I've heard it like on TikTok and stuff, obviously. So I tried to, I was like, Alabama, and he was like, no, I don't think I like that. So yeah, it's so funny. It was just like, he's such a little sponge, and I love it, because he like, I think last year he started, I think they like briefly introduced Spanish to him in school. He goes to a private school. He goes to a Catholic school. So, like, they do a lot of good stuff with him. And I think they were introducing, like, counting in Spanish, counting to 10. And I was like, oh, let's count to 11 or 12. And then he became, like, obsessed with counting to, like, 100. So, like, I had to look up some of the numbers. It's good, Cynthia. It's like Alabama, Arizona, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado. California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, India, Ohio, something. Well, anyway, I just learned them from looking at a map and like knowing where they're at. And that's why I told him he's going to have to learn how to like look at a map and know where they're at. So, and then like, I had to explain to him that like, you know, he said something about the Super Bowl, and I was like, yeah, well, I was like, Jackson, this is in Spanish. And he's like, it is? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, okay. And like, he kind of sat down, and they were all like, oh my God. It's a good one. Like, I think it's good for like kids that learn that way, for sure. Like I said, I've heard it on TikTok, so it's probably not like, let me know if you think of it. I will send him. It honestly could be who does this one, because, but then I was like trying to explain to him, like, I usually think of things when I try to remember them, like, especially like the countries, like, I'm like, I think of them in pairs. So I think of like Iceland and Ireland. I think of like Iran and Iraq, Sudan and South Sudan, North and South Korea, like trying to tell him, like, I put them in like groups in my head. And so then he was like, or like the states, I'm like, I would think of like all the new states. And so now he's like, okay, let's do states. New Jersey, New Hampshire, New Mexico, New York. Like, it's so funny. But he's such like a little sponge of knowledge, and it's so cute. Like, and I just love that about him. Thank you, Angel. But it's like, that is like my little form of resistance is, and I'm like, honestly, sometimes it's so annoying that like, every time he comes over, he'll be like, Coco, can we do states? And I'm like, oh, okay. And like, I have to pull up my phone and listen to him for like 10 minutes. But I'm like, you know, I will never tell him no, because he thinks it's so cool. He thinks it's so cool that I know a lot of languages, because like I can say hi in, you know, however many. Because I was like, you know, ni hao is how you say it in China, and like this is in Japan. And he knows I know like a little bit of Italian, but he just thinks I can speak like every language under the planet, which is so funny. But I think it started when I got him, which is kind of the reason I got him, the fallow, the bracelets with the animals, because the app has like a globe, and it shows where on the globe the animals are. And so like I started saying like, okay, this is Asia, this is a continent, this is Africa, this is this. And that's how I think he like started getting interested in it. And then with the states, You know, he talks about, because like they drive to Florida a lot, so like he knows the states on the path down to Florida, which is funny because he does all the new states and then he goes, okay, and then Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. I know, I love that he's so excited about learning. Like, it's just the sweetest thing. Here is this. So I did this. So I basically finished up February. I probably could start in March, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I will while I'm sitting here. Well, then the one day in first grade, he had come over after school, and he's like, Coco, guess what we did today? And I'm like, what, dude? And he's like, we learned about the globe and maps. And I was like, oh, did you know everything? And he was like, uh-huh. I was like, okay. He's like, I knew everything. And I was like, well, I figured you would, buddy. Like, you know a lot. Like, and he was like, yeah, everything. And I was like, yeah, like, you do. You know everything. I get it. And he's like, I was the best. And I'm like, okay, bud. And he's like, let's learn more. And I'm like, all right, okay, we can do that. It's just so funny. He's so funny. Thank you. It is. He's so adorable. And it's definitely like a good, like, I feel like this is my one thing I can do to combat all the ridiculousness in this world right now. I don't know if I have. I feel like I should have shamrock numbers. If not, I need to bug Monica to add it to my order. Yeah, he's so cute. He's just, it's just so heartwarming to know that, like, he's so when, you know, the Super Bowl came out, or the halftime show came out, I was like, buddy, this is in Spanish. He's like, it is? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, do you understand everything? I was like, no, like, because I don't know everything in Spanish, honey. Like, I don't really know how to talk a lot. I just know some words. And he's like, well, no, you know it all. And I was like, no, buddy, I don't. Like, that's why I'm, like, saying I don't know. He was like, okay, sure. And I'm like, no, like, I can understand some of it because of Italian. And he's like, well, okay, but, like, you can speak this. And I'm like, buddy, just listen to this. Like, I just want to, like, listen. So, yeah. So he kept telling people at the party he wants to be an anomaly. And I'm like, no, buddy, like, that's not how, like, that's not. Like, he thinks an anomaly is, like, not that it's not a good thing, but, like, he just thinks, like, the connotation of it, he thinks is, like, the smartest person in the world. Which, like, I appreciate that he thinks it's me, though. So, it was just funny. Like, I don't know what I was going with that story, but, like, it was, like, and so then I was like, Jay, listen. Like, that's all the countries. He's like, he said them? I'm like, yeah, like, he said all the South American ones, and he said, like, he has a friend in his class whose, like, ancestors are from Guatemala or Honduras, one of the two, and he has, like, a distant relative that lives there, and, like, he's been to see him, and he keeps telling me, like, oh, this person has been there, and I'm like, that's cool, buddy, and he's like, I want to go to this place and this place, so, like, he's very into, like, seeing going all the places. He wants to know where I've been, where everybody has been. I don't think I'm gonna do this. I just don't feel like doing that, honestly. So now he's also, like, the different states and stuff. He wants to know all the states, and he wants to go to all the states, and I don't know. It's just heartwarming that, like, there's still little kids that want that. So my mission is to encourage that as long as I can. So anyway, honestly, I think it's just gonna be a short live tonight. I'm tired. I can do a little more PVC work. I have a few more PVC orders. I'm really, really hoping to get them all done by tomorrow night. At the latest this weekend, to, like, go out at the latest by Monday. But hopefully sooner than that. I'm trying to push through all that. After that's done, I'm hoping to do a spring release in the next couple weeks, if I can get my crap together. But, I do have a blog post on my website. something I'm trying out. I haven't sent it out in a newsletter yet, but that's like my next goal is to be consistent with like a monthly newsletter. But I did write a blog post on my blog, that's on my website. So if you go to my website and go to the menu and hit blog, it should be the, I think, only post now, of a breakdown of basically every stencil and then where I could find links and stuff to the stickers as well. Everything I used in this specific layout. It's something I want to start doing. I think it's a good practice for me to remember what stencils I use, but also like, if you're like, oh, I remember that one, you know, this layout, like what stencils did you use for that? You can go there and like have all the links and stuff. And then I'll also have like, these washies are both sold out, but like I put the shops they're from, like the stickers from Sugar Pop Fizz. It'll have links to that too. That's something I want to start doing on a more regular basis, but I thought I would just start and aim at just doing the monthlies first and hopefully get in a good habit with that. I'm going to probably go back and do the Reputation one, maybe this weekend actually. But that specific one for February is already up on the blog, so you can already go and look at it. I have pictures taken. I want to post them on social media. Like I said, I feel guilty posting them before I have my PVC orders done, even though it's not like the same thing, but I feel like I should. I also wanted to take a video real quick of this, and I hadn't been able to. So, yeah, I thought it was a good idea. Like, I also think, like, so even if you're not doing this year, like, you still might be like, oh yeah, what was that one she used for that? Like the calendar, or what was that font, or what were the bracelet things called? Like, and then you can go to the specific stencil. So I have it broken down like by page, and kind of like an explanation. And if I use anything special for it, I have on there too. So that's already on the blog. Once I finally get my crap together and send an email out, that information will be in there as well. But I think I might start doing that. Like, I don't think I'll do like every week, but I might, like, if it's something you guys like and you want me to keep doing and you find it like good, what I could do is like maybe just do a dump of like, here's my January layout, and then also like here were all these layouts and these were these stencils too. And maybe not like as extensive out of like an explanation, because I did write quite up a bit, and that might change because I did kind of like put in there like some of the thoughts behind it, like this is something I've wanted to do anyway, and like, you know, here are the basic things I use, but like I'm not gonna like this. Like, I also didn't keep track of like what colors specifically of the Tim Holtz inks I used specifically in this one, so I just put like various shades of pinks and purples. I hope that's sufficient, but that's all I could think of. So yeah, I think that'll be a good thing going forward. And even if I just commit myself to doing like each of the months, I think that's a good way to document these things. I love it because I had the issue where I love something that you did, but I couldn't remember what you did. Okay, so I always am happy to answer that question. Sometimes I don't remember the names of them, to be honest, but I will always happily like look something up for you or send you a link. But I also think it's good because like not everybody's gonna either message me or post. But I think it's a good place to start. So I was hoping, I know, like, I don't know if you guys use TikTok a lot, but they have these things called, look on my, shoot, I totally forget the name of it. I told you, Amy, I know. It's not Linktree. It's not Substack. LTK maybe, but I looked it up and like, I thought it was just somewhere I could just post links, and apparently like it's like more like a shopping platform. Like it would just basically be like an Amazon page, so like I couldn't just post like my links and stuff, or like Mallory's or Amy's links or whatever. No, this was called like LTK, but it was like a shop the look kind of thing. But it wasn't like I couldn't just add whatever links I had. It was like basically like almost like an Amazon wish list type thing, like, so it didn't really work out. So I thought the blog was hopefully an acceptable idea. There are links to each individual stencil on it. So if you guys want to, feel free. I'd love it if you'd let me know how it looks, what you think of it, if you think the format is good. I know Amy has seen the pictures because I kind of spammed our little shop owners chat. But if you guys like the pictures, the format of the pictures, if you like the format of how it's done, because I broke it down like, okay, on the front page, and then I did like individual one. Good night, Cindy. Like individual things, whatever. Cindy, I'm currently working on your PVC order, by the way. Let me know. I have squirrel moments. I go look. Yeah, totally get that. So yeah, so I'm going to start with this, and then like as hopefully I get better at like the timing of it and knowing to remembering to take pictures and remembering to like look up all the names of stuff and all that kind of stuff. It'll be like a everyday kind of thing, or maybe like an every week, maybe not even an every week. Maybe I do it in like groups of 2 or like the whole month. Like at the end of February, I'll be like, these are all the spreads I did and these are the stencils I used, and maybe just make it like a bullet point thing and not even like as much of a like, because like you'll see if you go and look at the blog post, especially because these are like very extensive. I put so many different stencils on them, and you'll see like if you look in my other yeah, I have to keep a little notepad. That's a good idea. I mean, I have tons of notepads. Like you can see like my other, I don't always use like a crap ton of stencils. Like there's 1, 2, I think there's 4 stencils in this one. So it's normally not like a huge amount, but like because we're doing the albums this year, like there are a lot of stencils in each of these. So well, there's less in this one though. I have already gone and made the graphics, I think, for this. I just haven't done the blog post for this one specifically, which I probably should, and then maybe just send both of them out in the newsletter together. But like this one where it's like a compilation of stencils, there's more obviously, so, but like this one is only 3 stencils if you count the anti-stencils. So yeah, like I think it's going to depend. Like this one's only 2 stencils. So I think I could very easily just be like, I use this and I use these colors. So maybe that'll be the thing that I start doing, but I think I'm still gonna like start myself with just the monthlies, and then, you know, we'll see as I get my groove how it'll go. Maybe it'll be a weekly thing. Maybe it'll be like a weekly thing that I post on Instagram, and then I will post like the actual like links and stuff in my blog at the end of the month. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's my idea. I hope you guys like that. Other than that, I think I'm gonna keep this short and simple. I hope so. So here's the one layout we did, and then here's the other one we did. I kept these simple this week too. 1 stencil there, 1 stencil plus the anti-stencil here. So, thank you. That is this week's live. I will be back, I believe, next Tuesday. I don't think I have anything going on, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. Yeah. Anyway, have a good night, you guys. I do too. Oh, like this one, yeah, I like that too. I love that style. Like, I think it's fun. I'm gonna take this extra half an hour and maybe do a little more PPC work, and hopefully I can get your guys' stuff done. Katie, yours is, I think, up next after Cindy's, and that's almost the end of them. So yeah, good night, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I love when you guys are all here. Good night. Have a great week.